I'd say this is the nicest campsite we've had so far. Plenty big, level, flat. It's been good. We're ready to hit the trail. Got a hard day today. We have about 2,000 feet of elevation gain right at the end of the day when it's the warmest. And we have to carry water for that distance, about 5 miles. And then we have to have water for 8 miles of the trail tomorrow. So we're going to have to carry extra water. It's going to be difficult, but we'll get through it.
Beautiful morning as we get started leaving this very nice creek, Trout Creek. Another one of God's creatures that we've seen out here, a centipede, or is that a millipede?
Count its legs. If it's got 1,000, it's a millipede.
What's this river called?
I don't know.
Wind river?
Wind something over there. Nice bridge.
This is the Wind River, and we're just going to take a quick pack-off break. It's a beautiful morning. That's such a picturesque view. Very pleasant.
So far today, the hike has been pretty pleasant. Some ups, some downs, a lot of level. We're kind of at the same altitude as we were at camp. We're 0.5 of a mile from Panther Creek, where we're going to eat our second breakfast, and then we really start to climb. This is Panther Creek. We've watered up and we're about to go up a hill. We ran into a group of hikers who came down this, and they were commiserating with us that we had to go up it. Apparently it's going to be quite a slog. It's over 2,000 feet and 5 miles, so it is going to be a slog. And we've got...
But we actually would rather go up it than down it because our legs are a little shot right now.
Yeah.
Up feels better than down.
We got 4 extra liters of water each.
So we each are carrying 4 3/4 liters of water, which is 8, 10, over 10 pounds of water.
Yeah.
Probably about 11.
So slow and steady.
Okay, the climb begins. Here we go. Look at that. What is that? There's something similar that comes up first thing after the snow melts. I forget what it's called, but it looks more pink and red. I've never seen one white like this, but it hasn't bloomed yet. Isn't that interesting? If anybody knows what it is, you can let me know. Oh, don't video. Don't video me. I'm gonna be so awkward. The legs are not feeling it right now. Hands are sticking to my legs. Push me down. Oh. Doing it like an old lady. Oh my gosh.
Well, at least you're doing it. We haven't finished climbing yet, but we are up here on this ridge. It's actually quite pretty. Come up about 1,200 feet, I think. I think we have another, 900 to go or so, something like that.
We had pasta marinara for dinner, and we needed to wash out our cups, and it's kind of greasy, so we heated up some water. And now, rather than throwing that smelly water out to attract the bears, we are marinara tea, warm marinara tea, while I eat my one allowed turtle. Not bad. We're camping in style.
Start of day 5. We have 4 more days before we get to Trout Lake. A little worried about the status of our batteries. We're only halfway through this leg and both of our batteries are showing like 1 or 2 dots. But we had a nice camping spot back here at the back of this little path. Had a couple up front, a man from Switzerland and a woman from Germany. Chatted with them a little bit last night, but we're about ready to hit the trail. Just got done with second breakfast on day 5. Continuing to climb. My watch says we're at 3,960 feet. Started off yesterday at 1,100 feet. So we've come up almost 3,000 feet vertical gain. Walking through this forest of rotten trees. At least they look rotten. Branches. Dead branches covered with moss.
Wow, look at Mount Adams. She's looking gorgeous, and there's a campsite right here. There's a site back in the trees. There's a site here. Someone's had a fire. I mean, whoa, what a spot. With Miss Adams right there. Whoa, gorgeous. Walking, walking, walking. Just gotta keep walking. That's all I gotta do. Just keep walking.
We got to our first water source since Panther Creek yesterday. As a water pipe, which I don't know who puts those things in, but thank goodness for them. But the water sources north of here seem to be mostly lakes, ponds, some of which might be difficult to access, some of which are silty. So not great water sources, so we loaded up on water at that water pipe. It probably won't get us all the way through. We're still going to have to take some out of a lake, but at least it'll get us part way through. So we're loaded up again. We've got our 4.75 liters each of water. We did okay with it yesterday. That's what we came up from Panther Creek with, and made it up and over the hill. I guess we're not really over the hill yet, but made it up. Got to our campsite, had plenty of water for our needs, and plenty of water for the hike down here this far today, so we can do it. We did it before, we can do it again. Looking down into the valley there, we see this lava rock. Looks a lot like what we dealt with down in Lassen area in California and also in Oregon. This dark lava stuff. Hope we don't end up walking on it here. That was tough. Up to now, we've been kind of walking alongside this volcanic rock, but now they're walking us kind of through it. We've arrived at our destination for today, 10.8 miles. At this campground, look at the nice campsites, picnic tables. They had trail magic here yesterday. We heard about it on the trail, but there's nothing left. There's garbage sack over there that we can throw our trash into, and then the box has just like one piece of saltwater taffy in it. That's about it. So we missed out on the trail magic, but we have a nice campsite and we can get rid of our trash and our toilet paper because there's an outhouse here as well. So we can throw the toilet paper in there. We had a peaceful night here. Beautiful day it looks like again, so that's very welcome. One thing I don't want to have to deal with is rain on this stretch, so far we've been blessed by good weather. And we're about to hit the trail on our 6th day. Not too far into the day's hike so far. Fairly nice trail. Looks like we'll be doing a lot of mostly climbing today. Seems like that's the story of this part of the trail, is it's mostly climbing. We're still nursing injuries from the first day or two when we came out in such bad shape. Climbing actually feels better than going down, so that's the silver lining of climbing, is our injuries feel better. Like I have some shin splints and they don't give me the pain when I'm going up that they do when I'm going down. So I guess we don't mind the climbing too much.
Pretty little meadow.
Very pretty little stretch of trail right here. Flat, even. Nice forest on either side, but the trail itself is cleared out, so it's pleasant to walk down.
Yeah. Oh, mosquito biting me while I'm doing it. Ooh, mosquitoes are bad in here.
We've seen variations on this plant in a variety of places. This looks like the yucca plants that we would see down in the Southwest or down in California on the PCT. Seems like we also saw plants like this back east and then here in the Cascades. So I don't know if they're all related or what, but they've got this grassy base with all these grassy stem leaves coming out, and then the stem growing out of it. It's interesting.
Look what we are blessed with seeing. Mount Hood in her glory. Isn't she gorgeous? I love these climbs because we get to see stuff like this. So pretty. Here's Hood in the foreground and Jefferson in the background. And what's so cool to think is that we walked from beyond Jefferson, past Jefferson, way beyond Jefferson, past Jefferson, past Hood, to where we are now. So cool.
A little small interruption.
Yeah, little interruption. But within a year. Second take. So we've been looking for a place for second breakfast and have gone a little long because we didn't want to sit down low in the woods where it might be buggy and just in the woods. And we knew we were going to be climbing with mountains. So we've been looking for a place to eat, but it's just been a narrow trail following the side of a mountain. And so no place to eat breakfast. Been getting late, but then I saw an animal trail, looked like an animal trail. We followed it, and it took us to this little spot. It's not real big, but we can make it work. And look at our view. further back is Jefferson. There's Jefferson. And then in front of Jefferson there, that's Hood. Not Jefferson, that's Hood. And then over here, I still get my mountains mixed up. And then over here is Mount Adams. Oh my gosh! We're gonna have second breakfast with 3 mountains. How cool is that? Excited, Brian?
Mostly excited for second breakfast.
There's also a lookout tower, like a fire tower, right there on that mountain peak. Imagine what you see from there. You might even see Helen's, Rainier. That'd be a spot to be in. But we have a pretty good spot. I'm obviously excited about this spot. But Brian and I are sitting here looking back to the way we came last year and reminiscing, and that's just really enjoyable. Looking at Jefferson, I remember we had climbed up to a perch just in front of Jefferson, I think just on the north side, and had lunch there, and it was just so enjoyable. We were watching this little chipmunk, just so busy up there, not paying us any attention, and we wondered, does it really even know the beauty it's in? Here we are just really soaking it in and enjoying it, and chipmunk's just going about its business, digging its holes. Anyway, that was a really nice lunch, sitting there in front of Jefferson. And and then Brian mentioned that was right before going down a big boulder field.
And then to Olali Lake Resort.
Right before, what was the name of say it loud?
Olali Lake
Olali
Resort. Lake.
Yes, we took a 0 at Olali Lake. We rented a little boat and went out on the lake. Yes, good times.
This is an overgrown trail.
These are going to be the later huckleberries because we're up higher.
Could be.
Well, green.
It's kind of a pain to have to push through overgrowth like this, but fortunately most of the trail is more cleared off than this.
Visions in Northern California?
Yeah, except this stuff isn't as hard to get.
Higher.
Yeah, this stuff isn't as hard to get through as that Manzanito is.
In Northern California, it was higher, and in the trail, more.
Yeah.
Just went down a little trail that looked like it was going to a viewpoint. Didn't know what I'd see, but I thought I would just see. And look, I was surprised by Helen's. Look at that. It's not that far away.
Stopping for a delayering break. Taking off the pants legs, long sleeve shirts.
In a beautiful place. We get to see Hood again.
Here's Hood.
And Jefferson.
And Jefferson.
I'm laughing because it's...
That's our third take on this scene.
This is the third take.
So,
we won't say why.
Sometimes great art just takes its time. We're approaching Blue Lake. There's camping here. We're not planning on stopping here, but looks like a nice lake. This is the best water we've seen since Panther Creek. Still lake water, which we don't really like, but at least it's maybe a little deeper, not quite, might not get into the silt so bad.
I believe we're now looking at the fire from last year that closed the border, the PCT trail from the Bridge of the Gods. And it was a ways up here. I mean, how many miles have we gone? Maybe 60? Yeah. But there's no real good in and out for PCTers, and so they were just moving them further around. But I do think that this is the fire that closed everything south of here to the Bridge of the Gods. And it looks like we may have to walk through it. We're hoping we don't, but we may.
We're arriving at Bear Lake. This is where we plan to spend the night. Most of the far out comments are that the mosquitoes are terrible here, but they're bad everywhere along here. So we're just gonna take our chances, hole up in our tent if we have to. But there was also a comment from about a week ago that there was an aggressive bear approaching people's tents at night. We hope that he has moved on.
I wonder what section that was. Because I think you go down there and there's supposed to be a big group site. I don't know if it actually takes you down there or if it's over there. I saw a site over here. We could look.
We have found our home for the night. We're going to put our tent right about there. There's room for others if they come in. Fairly large area here. We got a bit of a breeze blowing, which is certainly welcome because there are definitely bugs here. Frankly, the more breeze, the merrier as far as I'm concerned. It's a very pretty lake, Bear Lake.
This would be a lake to come to sometime to fish.
Yeah. We just got done getting water out of the lake and rinsing our clothes out a little bit, and now we're just relaxing on the shore of the lake. There are mosquitoes. They are annoying, but they're not horrible. And every so often we get a nice breeze blowing. Not right now, but I wouldn't mind that 7 to 10 mile an hour breeze being steady. Just blow the bugs away.
So we're at Bear Lake, relaxing and enjoying this really pretty mountain lake. It gets fairly deep, drops down deeper than a lot of the mountain lakes. Some of them can be pretty shallow, but it looks fairly deep and clear. It does have a silty bottom, so when you step on it, you know, the silt sediment all comes up. But it's very nice water. Very beautiful place.